Welcome to Shop Talk by Elevated Stylist, a podcast for the thriving community of salon owners and stylists where we discuss topics in business, wellness, mindset, and more. Join us on this journey and become an elevated stylist.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of our Elevated Stylist podcast. I am Jody.
And I'm Sonia.
And today we wanted to talk a little bit about salon forecasting and bringing some sort of marketing in to fill in some of our ups and downs throughout the year. So Sonia and I kind of love to go through our budgets every single year because what is salon forecasting? It's such a buzzword. What would you say for salon forecasting is?
I think it's like looking forward to see like what your business is capable of like putting out there. I mean, it's just like looking forward to what you want to do and like mapping it out and like putting an intention beside the things that you want to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what do you think it is?
Yeah, very similar. Like it's to look into the future to see different patterns happening from year to year. And I'll tell you, like, this is something that gets put on the to-do list and gets just put down at the very bottom of the list all the time because it is tedious. Like, it's not our favorite part of our job as a salon owner is having to go through the numbers and go through the years and, sit and take time to put it into different spreadsheets. Like this is not what we enjoy doing. It's not the fun part of our craft, but this is something that really helps to set us up for success. And being able to take the time to sit down and go over your books and even work with your accountant for it, it's so beneficial to be able to look at your last 3 years or your last 2 years even and see really where those dips and valleys happen within your year. Sometimes you're busy all year. Sometimes you see that come the fall you dip, and then in the new year you dip, but then it's like raging all spring and summer. So being able to really look at this with a clear vision and see where these dips and peaks are really help to so you can make a plan of action so that you can see, October, it always kind of dips down. Maybe it's because everybody's coming from the summer, they got their freshie for September, and now they're going to push it off until the Christmas break. But it's being able to look at that and say, okay, October is that month for us. So maybe we start planning, beginning of September or in August, what we're going to do to either work with our existing clients or to bring in new clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like working with the internal clientele that you have can be a little bit of a money saver in the sense that, you're not working so hard to bring in so many new clients because, a lot of the times, like you have the client base, they just need a little bit of a nudge and they just need a little bit of a reminder of like, hey, you haven't been around in the last couple months. Like we have this promotion coming for this month that you can take advantage of. And you don't necessarily have to, I think, reduce your prices. I think you just have to offer them value, offer them something that maybe they don't get normally, maybe an added service that you can, manage to add on to them, a treatment or, an extra style or maybe some sample product, something that's like a gift to them for what they're already doing. Maybe they just need a nudge to come in a little bit sooner and they can take advantage of the promos. I know that when we do promotions in salon, they're always very well received amongst our client base. And those are the people that you really like kind of just want to reward with that extra gift that they have been with you for so long and they've been continuing to invest with your salon. And I think internal marketing and internal PR is something that sometimes a lot of people forego because they're always thinking about new clients.
Mm-hmm.
And new clients maybe are not always the best clients, like it takes time to build that right clientele and that right person. But when you already have that client base, that they're invested in you, that they love and trust you. And sometimes they just need a little nudge.
Yeah, for sure. At using your existing clientele is such a, yeah, they're already there. They're already there and they already love coming to see you. So, being able to, and this is where the forecasting comes from too. So if your clients are coming in August and they're at like a 6 to 8 to 10 week rebook, if we're incentivizing our staff and the clients to pre-book for that October, November, if we're giving them some sort of incentive, like when you come in, if you pre-book now for October, when you come in, you'll receive a free treatment. And that's great because, we're getting into our dry season and our hair is going to feel very dehydrated. So being able to talk to those August clients and make sure that we have October clients by saying, you know, when you come in for your appointment, you'll either get a little free gift or a treatment or whatever. Not giving them the incentive then in August so that they can cancel in October, but letting them know that if they book in August and they book for October, that when they do come in, they're going to be having a little bit more of an experience or a little bit more, or getting a gift or leaving with a big style or something like that. But being able to kind of plan for that and making sure that that rebooking is happening.
Yeah, and I wanted to speak to that on the stylist side. Like as a stylist, even if there isn't, say for example, promotions going and you don't want to like talk about the promotions that are coming because you may not have them, like suggestive services for the future are always a great way to get people excited. If you are in the summer times for when you are rebooking your client, I always love like mentioning to them, let's get you in 10 weeks. It comes around fall and I'd love to like do a treatment for you that day because you're going to see a little bit of shift in your hair texture or your quality of your hair, and it's a great time to incorporate a treatment. And it's not necessarily that they know it's for free, but it's like an opportunity for you to tell them that you have these additional services and that they can book it at that time. And if they do pre-book it, you're going to have time to do it for them instead of stressing that they're going to that you have to add it on. So just on the stylist side, like speak about the things that are available, the things that you offer. And it might give you an idea, or maybe you want to gift a couple of really great clients of yours. And that also just does a little bit of marketing on its own. One of the toughest ways, but the most long lasting ways, I believe, is word of mouth marketing. It takes the longest, but it's the most effective. And it just, you give your clients a reason to talk about you. You give them a reason to promote you. It's because you treat them like gold. You treat them, they're like your number one client. And that goes kind of back to my point of like, you don't always need new clients. You just need the greatest clients that always love and willing to spend. And when you do have price increases, then it's not a big deal. So I wanted to like veer off a little bit of that and kind of give the little insight on the stylist side that even as like a salon owner, like you can mention these things to your staff, like don't be afraid to talk about the things that you offer, because then when the promotions do come, they're like, oh, I remember that treatment that I got last time. That was so amazing. My hair feels great. I'm going to book again because they have this like promotion where I get a treatment for free if I book a hair color.
Yeah, educate your staff and educate yourself as a stylist. Like, what could I be offering, or what could I make as an experience to fill my books next month? If you're seeing that there's some holes and stuff, and then also for salon owners, wanting to have that growth, that organic and external growth year over year, being able to see, because if you have 3 down months that aren't as successful or profitable as the rest of the year, if you could fill those 3 months, do you know how much extra revenue per year that is? So being able to look into the future and say, you know what, here's where my dips were. I lost that much money in that year. I could have been generating this much money had I had forecasted and seen it coming and said, okay, I know I need to plan for October. I know I need to plan for February. So seeing these things, you can really go back year over year and increase profit just by forecasting and having a game plan.
Yeah, and having a budget, like it doesn't have to be an out of the world budget, but even if you spend, let's just say $1,000 for each of those low months, that $1,000 can turn into $15,000. Right? And it's like instead of you not spending that 1,000 because you think that 1,000 is a lot of money, and then you don't even have that 15,000 to begin with. Maybe you only have 5 because you just kind of did some like word of mouth marketing, or you just expected that clients were going to come through, or you just hoped and prayed. We don't make money off hope and pray. We make money off of strategy and execution and like forecasting and like being able to have an intention for the year to come. um, it's a really great thing to start. I would say probably November. Start in November, look at your year ahead, and it takes about a month to plan a promotion or a campaign that you want to run. Maybe you want to do some social media ads. Maybe you want to do some influencer marketing, and those things take time to build out. So I would say like leave yourself 1 month of planning time and really think of, creative ideas that your clients will love. And they don't always have to be like dollar amounts off.
Yeah, it could just be an experience.
Yeah. And just stack things on top of each other, give them an opportunity to like experience other things in your salon.
Okay. Also, it keeps momentum up. Have you ever noticed like when the salon is buzzing all summer and it's like up, 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 so like the stylists are loving it. They're getting paid well, they're busy. There's no like ups and downs. And then when you hit that month where it goes bloop, everything drops off. It's like nobody has any energy for anything. They're sitting around the salon. There's no momentum. Like it just drops right off. And to try and get that going back up come Christmas, or, after New Year's going into spring, like it's so hard to kind of pick up that momentum again. Whereas if you have this steady momentum, there's a vibe in the salon. There's like nobody has time to do the things that they do on low time. Yeah.
Exactly. Scroll all day, sit in the corner, chit chat. Those things are just also low vibrational frequencies as well. Like it just doesn't invite like motivation or inspiration. When you're just like sluggish, you're in the corner and there's like nothing happening. Your brain just has other things to do. It has problems to come up with.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like take the time, set out a couple hours and sit down, get an Excel word sheet going or a number sheet going, put all your months. We have some PDFs and stuff like that we're going to be coming out with very soon, that will help you guys do this. But for the meantime, like put an Excel together, excuse me, and do all your months. Get your accountant to send you, what your services are, what your sales are and stuff like that, and see what months you're really doing well in and what months you're kind of dipping in, so that you can kind of set it up for that. Another thing that you can do for budgeting is also go through your budget and see like what you can trim down for those low months as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Budget setting is very important because you have to be mindful of the money that comes in, mindful of the money that goes out, and like another thing you can do is like every month maybe set aside, if you have those really expensive or really like high revenue months, like store away some money from that high revenue month that you can use to in turn help boost your low revenue months. And the end of the year, it all evens out, but why wouldn't you want to like excel in the low revenue months, So squirrel away some money that you can, so that you can use towards your ads and marketing.
Ask your suppliers too. Say, I want to do a promotion. Is there anything that you can give to us that we can give to our clients as a promotion? Like, get your distributors involved. Like, you spend lots of money with them every single year. Get them involved in some of your incentives, even if they do it with you once a year. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if they give you some samples, like little satchels or whatever, like clients appreciate anything.
Yeah,
it's just that that gesture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the free gift, it's like they're getting rewarded already for the things that they're doing, right? And it just will invite them to do more of it. They're like, oh, they're just so generous and they're so, giving, be generous with what you're offering for your clients, because like there's so many hair salons out there, there's so many stylists out there, and anybody can choose anywhere to go. And like I think one thing that we've learned in our business is like be generous, and it's like be generous with your attention, be generous with the way that you treat your clients, be generous with everything that you can be generous with, because that will go a long way in your internal marketing, I think, because it just like helps create the vibe of the salon. Yeah. And also understanding like that people do have different buying habits, nowadays. I think, especially after, experiencing the pandemic, I think people have different buying habits, and we just need to be, do a little research, see what people are doing out there, and be resourceful as a salon owner, and talk to your clients and talk to your team, and maybe talk to an advertising company.
Partner with another local business.
Yeah. Partner with other local businesses. Maybe you guys get on a campaign together.
Cross promote.
And somebody that may have like a client base that you can benefit from, maybe a beauty aesthetics place or a nail place around your area that you can promote, and you can do like a little package bundle where if they visit all 3 of the businesses, then they get this package bundle. So just some ideas, like put some pen to paper and get excited and get creative, and start before the new year. Don't start on the new year.
Yeah, start before the new year, because we all know how January, February is. So make sure that November, December, you're really pushing those pre-books and those incentives, and just being very aware of what's going on in the salon, so that it can be a nice, successful new year for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that being said, we hope that you enjoyed this episode and you enjoyed some of our tips on how to forecast for the upcoming year, and may you be successful with your marketing.
Yes, abundance for you.
Thank you for tuning in. For more ways to connect with us, please join our online community on the Mighty Network platform, a space to learn, grow, and connect.